True. And
I'll
they're
face
all
it,
thinking
none
about.
of these people are thinking about.
They're all thinking. These guys are thinking about when can I get to the bar.
No, they're thinking about you.
And so you stand there on that busy street corner. All those people, if somebody wrote something about me I don't like, I'd be like, I don't like that. It's not true. It's wrong. I think about that.
You're probably mad at me.
Yeah, my wife said Jeff is unhappy. Wait 5 minutes. So I would go at least as a thought
You haven't been
experiment.
unhappy long enough to pick up the phone and yell.
I'm not so unhappy that I'm not here.
Yeah, right. That's true.
And so
Every 8 years.
That's right. You better watch it, though. I might switch to 9. And so, if you're standing on that street corner, and really, in your mind, you can do this thought experiment. Like, okay, there's a woman who just walked by. What's she actually thinking about? Probably, maybe what she's going to cook for dinner that night, or that the argument that she had with one of her employees, or whatever it is. Like, it's not about us. And if you kind of just take that step back, and then there's the kind of free speech. I guess the final thing. You didn't want an answer this long. I apologize, but I'm passionate
fine.
about this issue.
I want to hear your thoughts.
Is you always have to remember, this country has the best free speech protections in the world because of the Constitution, but also because of our cultural norms, and you don't want to erode those. You don't want to create any kind of climate of fear or chill with respect to free speech norms. And so, and the most important thing to remember about that is that beautiful speech doesn't need protection. It's ugly speech that needs protection. So of course, that's where the rubber is going to meet the road. Somebody is going to write something very ugly, and certain people will say, well, they need to be punished for that ugly speech. You don't want to but you don't probably not really. If you step back and think about what a great society we have, and that a big part of it is the fact that we have these cultural norms that allow people to say really ugly things. We don't have to like it. We don't have to invite those people to our dinner parties. There's also, but you should let them say it. So of course, that's where the rubber's going to meet.
So a little while back, Amazon was criticized for having a harsh work culture. And I'm just wondering if, and you guys came out and defended yourselves and explained it. I have kind of a two-part question. One is whether it's considered it fair at all or not, whether it made you rethink anything about your work culture.
Yeah, no, it's a very good question.
The company. And the second question is a little bit of a setup I need to tell all of you, because I know you have an employee program that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I want to.
But do the first one first.
So, it really has not. I'm very proud of the culture that we have at Amazon, and I think of it as a gold standard culture for innovation and pioneering work. And people, I work with these people who, they're missionaries for what they do. They are, if you're giving great customer experience, the only way to do that is with happy people. You can't do it with a set of miserable people, watching the clock all day.
So does that include work-life balance and all those things?
Yes, but I teach 3 leadership classes a year at Amazon. I'm a part of it. They're bigger classes, but I come in and teach a session. And I always talk about work-life balance, except I like to use the phrase work-life harmony rather than balance, because to me, balance implies a strict trade, whereas I find that when I am happy at work, I come home more energized, I'm a better husband, a better dad, and when I'm happy at home, I come in and better boss and better colleague. And so it's not, you could be out of work and have terrible work-life balance. Even though you've got all the time in the world,
right.
You could just feel like, oh my God, miserable and you would be draining energy. And so you have to find that harmony. It's a much better word. And I think for most people, it's about meaning. People want to know that they're doing something interesting and useful. And for us, because of the challenges that we have chosen for ourselves, we get to work in the future. And it's super fun to work in the future for the right kind of person. There are people, who, ours is an environment that embraces a lot of change. We have to, because the internet is changing, the technologies that we use are changing. We operate at the intersection of technology and retail, both of which are highly competitive industries. But it's a really, for somebody who hated change, I imagine high tech would be a pretty bad career. It would be very tough, and there are much more stable industries. And so they should probably choose one of those more stable industries with less change, and they'd probably be happier there. That industry would be tough for me. So we're not all the same. And for me, a job that, for me, the job that would be the hard would be insurance claims adjuster, something, where I had the same job every day and it didn't change frequently. That would be hard. I'd do it, and I'd do it at a high quality level, but I wouldn't like it. And
a lot of them have iPads now.
Okay, even so.
I'm just saying, there's a little.
Okay. Pretty soon they'll have machine learning too.
That's right. There's a second thing about your work culture, this program that I learned about when we were discussing.
We're doing this thing. We've been doing it for just over 3 years now, and we're just in the process of open sourcing it. So I wanted to bring it to your attention. It's called Career Choice, and I'm kind of for non-in-demand fields. So this is another thing. We have nothing against it, but we use the Bureau of Labor Statistics data and other data sources, and we have a list. And so because one